Alright, here it is, my first ever TTM return video. I just started sending out requests July 1st. My first return was July 8th, and it was the legendary Leonard Wood, co-founder of Wood Brothers Racing, innovator of pit stops with the introduction of power tools. He was the crew chief, the engine builder, and the co-founder. They entered their first race in 1953. He was inducted to the Motorsports Hall of Fame in 2000 and the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2013. His brother Glenn was the other co-founder, and as the years went by, Glenn's sons, Eddie and Len, joined the team in the 70s. Leonard Wood was nice enough to get Eddie and Len to sign this card. So I guess it was a 3 for 2, something like that. But just amazing. Leonard Wood, one of the most legendary names in NASCAR. My first return. And I actually seen the letter was from Greensboro, North Carolina. And when I seen that, I thought I knew who it was. But I was wrong. You see, I thought it was Richard Petty. But Richard Petty came the next day. 9 days. The King. What do you need to say about the King? 7-time champion. Most poles all time in NASCAR with 123. Most wins in a season with 27. 10 wins in a row. He was the 1959 Rookie of the Year. 8 times most popular driver. He was inducted to the American Motorsports Hall of Fame in 89, the International Motorsports Hall of Fame in 97, and in the first class of the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2010. Won the Presidential Medal of Valor in 1992. The King, Richard Petty. It was a 2 for 2, but I gave the other one to my brother. And then the next day I got 2 back. I got one from yet another of the greatest NASCAR drivers ever, the legendary Cale Yarborough. Cale Yarborough holds the records for the most poles in a season with 14. He was inducted into the International Motorsports Hall of Fame in 93. In the American Motorsports Hall of Fame in 94. He was inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2012. His first race was in 1957. His last race was in 1988. And during that time, he won 83 races. He personalized it to me. It was a 2 for 2. He personalized both. And on top of all that, Cale Yarborough, some people credit for putting NASCAR on the map. They say the 1979 Daytona 500, the first race shown live, flag to flag on TV, would not have went over nearly as well had it not been for Cale Yarborough and the Allison brothers getting into a scrap at the end of the race. Heard an interview with Cale about it one time, and he said, yeah, Donnie just kept running his face into my fist. It's the way it was back then. Good times. That same day, I'd say 9 or 10 days, I think, I also received my first baseball return from Mr. Juan Gonzalez. I got the sweet 1990 Topps Traded rookie here. It was a 2 for 2. I also got the 1990 Donruss error card. Beautifully autographed. Juan Gonzalez, 2-time league MVP, 3-time All-Star, 6-time Silver Slugger, 2-time home run champion. Just a beast. Don't know if he's going to make the Hall. I don't know if he's already not eligible over the PED thing. But among all them things, Juan Gonzalez also is personal friends with George W. Bush. As strange as that sounds. Yes, George W. Bush owned the Rangers when he played for them. That makes some sense. And then my last day of successes, yesterday, which would put it about 11 or 12 days return. I got two. First one, Mr. Frank Dipino. I remember pulling so many Frank Dipino cards as a kid. And Frank Dipino was a 4 for 4 success. I got the 87 Donruss, the 87 Fleer for the set, 89 Fleer, and the 88 Donruss. All with the Cubs. Cubs is what I remember the most with Frank, because that was the height of my collecting. Frank Dipino debuted in 1981 for the Brewers. He played for 5 teams between 81 and 93. The Brewers, the Astros, the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Royals. He finished with an overall record of 35 wins and 38 losses, an overall ERA of 3.83, 515 strikeouts, and 56 saves. Little known fact about, or little remembered possibly, Frank Dipino won the first game played at Wrigley Field in 1988. Not a bad thing to have on your resume. And the last one I got yesterday was a 2 for 2 from yet another NASCAR living legend, Mr. Harry Gant. Handsome Harry Gant. Got 2. I really like that one. I like the ones that are celebrating wins. I imagine if hopefully it brings back fond memories for them when they look at them. Harry Gant raced his first race in 1973 and his last race in 1994. He never won a championship, but he did come in second. He had 18 wins. And he also had many 20-some wins in the Busch Series, which is now the Nextel Cup, or no, Xfinity Series. And on top of all that, handsome Harry Gant was in movies. He was in Burt Reynolds' Stroker Ace in either the late 70s or early 80s, somewhere back then. And he played a mob henchman in Cannonball Run 2. And I believe the mob boss in that movie was played by, I forget, Frank Sinatra. Everyone was in that movie. It was one of Jackie Chan's first American movies too. Harry Gant played a mob henchman. Alright, that's my successes so far. When I get another handful, I'll make another video. Thanks for watching. Y'all be good.